Microaggressions. They sound small, right? Like a tiny aggression. Microaggressions are hardly ever tiny. The word itself minimizes the impact. Microaggressions are those everyday comments or actions that communicate a negative message. They are based on someone's race, gender, sexual orientation, disability, or other marginalized identity. Imagine a mosquito bite. One bite? Annoying. But a bunch of bites, every day? That's what microaggressions can feel like. They might seem small on their own, but they add up. They make people feel othered, like they don't belong. Now, most of the time, people don't mean to cause harm with microaggressions. It's not always about being intentionally malicious, but intent and impact are two different things. Let's say you step on someone's toe, you didn't mean to hurt them, but they still feel the pain, right? Microaggressions are like that. They can be unintentional, but they still create a hostile environment. It's our job to recognize them, disrupt them, and be accountable to the impact we make. Let's get specific. Here are some examples of how microaggressions show up in the workplace disguised as everyday interactions. Racial microaggressions. A black colleague is mistaken for a janitor again, or told they are so articulate or well-spoken. Like it's surprising? Sexist microaggressions. A woman shares an idea in a meeting and it's ignored. A man repeats the same idea 5 minutes later. Suddenly it's brilliant. Or constantly interrupting women when they speak. Rude. Ableist microaggressions. Someone uses the term crazy casually, or assumes someone in a wheelchair needs help without asking. Transphobic microaggressions. Constantly misgendering a transgender colleague, or asking intrusive questions about their transition. Homophobic microaggressions. Telling an LGBTQIA2+ coworker to tone it down, or assuming everyone is straight and making heteronormative comments. These are just a few examples, and the list goes on. The point is, these seemingly small comments can make people feel unseen, unheard, and unsafe. So what can we do about microaggressions? We can practice disrupting harmful words or behaviors. Here are some ways to challenge microaggressions. First things first, understand what microaggressions are and how they impact others. Knowledge is power. Speak up. When you see or hear a microaggression, say something. It doesn't have to be a big confrontation. A simple, "Hey, that's not cool," or "That comment was a little off" can go a long way. Support the target. Check in with the person who was targeted. Let them know you saw what happened and you're there for them. Be an upstander, not a bystander. Don't just stand there silently nodding. Your silence is basically you agreeing. Disrupt the microaggression, not shame the person who said or did the microaggression. These disruptions can create opportunities for growth and humanization between colleagues. Addressing microaggressions isn't about being politically correct. It's about creating a workplace where everyone feels respected and valued. It's about making sure everyone can bring their full selves to work without being constantly undermined or invalidated. When we let microaggressions slide, we create a toxic environment. But when we call them out, we create a culture of accountability and respect. We send a message that this behavior is not okay. Let's create a world where microaggressions are a thing of the past, like dial-up internet and cassette tapes.